Today we passed two historic environmental bills, but most important for me as an assembly member that represents disadvantaged communities and communities of color, this is really the first two bills that really address our concerns. The asthma that's caused in disadvantaged communities, the fact that we're not involved in a lot of the jobs, the fact that we don't even have input on a lot of the boards and commissions, we now have that. You don't know how exciting it is for me to have that opportunity to be able to bring our folk into the discussion of what is best we need as far as environmental justice and how we can improve our communities from this day forward. And so I commend the governor, the Senate Pro Tem, and of course my Speaker, Anthony Rendon, for their leadership in making this happen. For many years, or at least since I've been in office in 2012, when we started having these discussions about what's going on in the environment, a lot of times our voices weren't heard in disadvantaged communities. And I'll give you an example. There was an oil well in my district which was polluting the area, and no one would listen to the community folk. And they expressed their concern about having headaches, their children vomiting, not being able to perform in PE and other sports activities. When I brought it to all the people involved, they said it was anecdotal. When I looked them in the eye and said, that young boy they're talking about is my son. That oil well they're talking about is in my backyard. Within 24 hours, that oil well was shut down and the air quality became better overnight. It should not, I repeat, it should not come from an assemblyman, an elected official. Any resident, any citizen in a disadvantaged community, in a community of color, should be able to lodge a complaint about their environmental quality and not have to go through an elected official and not feel like they've never been heard. I think this is the first step that communities of color and disadvantaged are finally are going to be able to sit at the table and be heard.